Hello, hello, hello. It's the Hidden Hermit here, and boom. Look at this. This is amazing. This is the Death card from the Night Sun Tarot by Fabio Lestrani. Do you want a closer look? Not that it really makes much difference in terms of scale. You've got the same image here. And I'm just going to come right out and say it. This particular Death card is by far undoubtedly 100 million% my favorite death card in any tarot deck. And let me try and explain to you why. Well, I mean, first of all, I have this lovely poster here, which usually sits on my wall. I'm a huge fan of the death card. I think it's one of the most powerful cards in the tarot deck. When it comes up in readings, it can really open up a reading as well. It can really reveal things that might have been a bit hidden or oblique. But I don't want to talk about the archetype of the death card. I'm going to talk about this particular death card, the Night Sun Tarot. So first of all, it tells us that it is indeed tarot key number 13. The death card, death is associated astrologically with Scorpio and the eighth house. Here is a Hebrew letter, and the death card is Nun, the Hebrew letter of Nun. That's the facts, if you like. Let's try and dive into this now. I'm probably just going to use this image because it just looks, it's just there, isn't it? It's just there. So the first thing you notice about this particular death card is, boom, she's a pregnant death. And that's brilliant. And the idea of death being not necessarily about things dying, but about rebirth. Things need to be things need to end for other things to begin. And there are all sorts of crazy things going on with this particular image. So I mean, where do I start? There's so much detail. So many things going on. I mean, what can we talk about first of all? We can talk about the background, and obviously this poster has a slightly different background to the actual card. You have this circle thing going on with a triangle in it, a little bit of sacred geometry, whereas in this one it's you've got a Goetic symbol there, and I can't quite make out which one it is. I could probably look it up, but I'm not gonna. Another some sort of crazy seal going on there, and I have no doubt that they mean something quite profound. But I'm just gonna blether on about this. So yeah, first of all, she's a woman, and why shouldn't she be? The fact that she is pregnant, and the detail in this card, she's all kind of veiny. She's got interesting tattoos on her. Notice how her leg is, you can see the musculature in it. What does this mean? It's sort of revealing hidden things. Who knows? What else have we got going on here? Above her not so naughty bits, you've got the Tetragrammaton, the Yodve Yahweh, the name of God. I mean, just think about the symbolic meaning of that as well. This is where things get birthed. It's so good. It's so good. You've got an hourglass here to suggest, the passing of time. You've got this puppet on a string here, which, again, it kind of you see that motif on the death card as well. You got the yin and yang symbol on this big necklace around her. You have the flowing robes that are reminiscent of feathers as well, like that crow, kind of evoking the Morrigan from Celtic folklore a little bit. It's just so good. But she's got blood on her hands. I mean, death can be messy, sure, but she also has the scythe. This scythe here, which you might see it. That's a familiar motif in a lot of death cards, but importantly, the other character in the Night Sun Tarot that has this scythe is the Fool, which is crazy interesting. Is she wearing a mask, or is that her actual skull? Either or. But yeah, there's just so many crazy good things going on in this death card, and it's just such an evocative image. It's beautiful in a terrifying, scary way. it just stirs a lot in me. It really does. It really does. I love it. I love it. Now, the Night Sun book that illustrates in a language of what the death card may mean to us says it's about transformation, of course, renewal, new products, revolution, advancement, breaking, change, cutting. That's an interesting one, isn't it? That was clearly the blood and the blade. Violence and loss and immobility are words that are in there as well. And you know, the color palette, you've got this kind of sickly orange, and I just love it. See, I'm losing my words, yeah, obviously, because I love this card so much. The Night Sun Tarot, when the death card comes up, the question it asks is, what must I cut out of my life? Which is a brilliant question. So this is the death card from the Night Sun Tarot. And before I go, I would just like to... This is a little bit of me being a bit smug, to be honest. I have another death card here. So this is obviously a poster. And over here is the actual death card from the deck. This, however, is the original Night Sun death card. And this is one of my prized tarot possessions. This is a note from the artist Fabio Lestrani, and it just says this is the first home print test run for the Night Sun. There's my actual name. There you go. I'm not so hidden anymore. This goes back to 2013. Like I say, it's one of my prized tarot possessions. Fabio Lestrani, I mean, not just being a very talented graphic artist and magician, you know, the Night Sun isn't his only deck. He has two other decks. At the time of recording, I'm patiently waiting for the Goetia Tarot to come out on Kickstarter. So, you know, you can figure out that this was filmed in 2019. It is my hope that one day I will be saying something similar about the death card from that tarot deck. But yeah, this is, I mean, the fact this is the original death card, it just makes me tremble with joy and gratitude as well. Fabio Lestrani seems like a really nice guy. He really does. So there you go, Death ×3 from the Night Sun Tarot. Oof.